Guys, after what happened today at Supreme Court, I can now hit my chest and say, yes, there is still hope. You know, that word NNAMDI Kanu said at Federal High Court, God is God of justice. God is at work. Yes. What am I trying to say? For a man, that they want to silence, to have entered into a Supreme Court, and the workers of Supreme Court, rise to celebrate him, it tells us a lot of things. In fact, it entails a lot of things. This is no longer about legal battle. It's about liberation right now. There's this kind of liberation, in that single act that those people did there. My people, this is not just, in fact, this is the best protest I've ever seen in my life. Because people are just seeing it as a kind of, mere celebration, or maybe someone that command public or something like that, or kind of leader. No. There are this kind of protests that took place in that Supreme Court unknowingly, but people did not take note of that. Yes. In fact, for the four walls of Supreme Court to echo NNAMDI Kanu's presence, for the four walls of the Supreme Court to echo his presence, guys, imagine that. For the four walls to echo his presence, that is the court workers, people that work at the courts, and not just anyhow courts. We are talking about the heart of Nigerian jurisdiction. Recognize NNAMDI Kanu's presence in the Supreme Court. Guys, be honest. Think about it. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? For those of us that have not seen the video, let's watch it again, okay? Let's see the video again so that before I will now break it down and see what I have to say about it. So you guys saw what happened now, the celebration, the cheering, the hyping, my leader, Onyendu, everybody would kind of, in fact, these people literally round the Supreme Court because of NNAMDI Kanu. You saw it now, I don't need to, Now, for a Supreme Court workers, to do such thing, it carries this symbolic, it carries a strong symbolic and political meaning. People will see it and say, is it not ordinary celebration, that kind of thing. It is not ordinary. I want you to underline that word, a strong symbolic and political meaning. Now, what do I mean by a strong symbolic and political meaning? Now, it's sure that NNAMDI Kanu is very influential and popular. It exposes NNAMDI Kanu's popularity and influence. Yes, for them to have done that, it means that NNAMDI Kanu command a massive respect, admiration, and sympathy from every average Nigerian. Yes, from every ordinary Nigerian. And again, this is another important one. And again, it shows that the message that NNAMDI Kanu is trying to pass lies deeply, have this deep emotional impact on Nigerians. Let me use that language. That the message that NNAMDI Kanu is trying to pass get this deep emotional meaning, emotional impact to Nigerians. Because, check it now. I want you to think about it. For people who NNAMDI Kanu have been challenging the legal, NNAMDI Kanu have been legally challenging the system of judiciary to have done such thing, it means that there are a lot of people who are supporting NNAMDI Kanu. NNAMDI Kanu can have thousands of silent supporters. And these supporters believe that NNAMDI Kanu have been treated unjust and deserves a better hearing. Yes, in fact, this is the highest protest I've ever seen. It might be brief, short, but the world, people that understand what happened there will know that this is the best protest to have ever take place in this. In fact, since this free NNAMDI Kanu protest, this free NNAMDI Kanu, the thing has been ringing. This is the protest ever. Now, for them to have cheer and protest and show their kind of exercise their love, what this is our leader, who we want, blah blah. It shows that these people love Nnamdi Kanu. That Nnamdi Kanu deserve a better hearing, She deserve a fair treatment. That the guy has been treated unjust, or maybe the guy is unlawfully caged by the Nigerian system or by the Nigerian government. I don't know if you guys are getting it. Now, all these police and soldiers who have been arresting people that are protesting, are they going to go to Supreme Court and arrest these ones? Guys, this is the best form of protesting ever. Now, there's another thing else I want us to talk about. So what I want us to discuss again is that for this kind of public show of support from federal institution, it simply shows an unspoken challenge to the establishment. It shows unspoken challenge to the establishment, because for some people, for the workers of government to cheer him up like this, for the walls of Supreme Court to cheer him up like this, it shows that not everybody, even the government workers or maybe the people that are kind of prosecuting him, it shows that not all of them, accept or maybe agrees or like the way Nnamdi Kanu's case is being handled. Yes, it shows that not all of them like the way Nnamdi Kanu's case is being handled. And at this moment, if it were to be a working country, there should be what we call a moral pressure that will mandate all these federal governments and the judicial system of government to act fairly. That is for a working country. Because at this moment, with this kind of acts that have open the mood of, or should I say that have open public mood across the nation, how do I even put it so that it will sound, if this art reflects public mood across the country, let me use that language, it reflects public mood across the country. Because if an Apex court workers will cheer him up like this, what do you think that will happen across the country? Yes, what do you think that will happen all over the nation, outside the country, in diaspora? What do you think that will happen? This simply shows that a lot of people still believe in Nnamdi Kanu. They still believe in resistance. They still believe in symbol of justice, and they still believe in courage. Both people who are IPOP members and non-IPOP members. Yes, that's how I see it. And that is my own view or my own take in this whole thing. So like I said before, what happened today showed me, yes, there's still hope. There's still hope, because no matter who is prosecuting who, everybody is not devil. Everybody no be devil. And that single word that came out from Nnamdi Kanu's mouth is really working. God is God of justice. A lot of people must have seen this as a kind of is ordinary admiring, or maybe kind of is an ordinary thing. Let me use that, but it is not ordinary. Now, after I must have explained or maybe touched one or two things, you now believe that this thing have this kind of strong symbolic and political meaning. Think about it. Think about it. This is the best form of protesting in Nigeria so far. In fact, since the case of this Nnamdi Kanu, since the issue of this Nnamdi Kanu's case, this is the best form of rotation. But notwithstanding, this is my own view. This is my own take, okay? I want to know what is your take concerning this simple act, That act is brief, but it entails a lot of things. I want to know what is your take on the comment section, okay? And please, if you're watching, don't forget to subscribe, like, share. Very, very important. I appeal to you people, please subscribe, like, share. We want to go viral, okay? We're still a baby channel, and we are growing, and with your help, we'll get there. I love you all, okay? Good night. Peace.